Should we talk to you?
Yes.
Do you give your voluntary consent for the publication of our video?
Yes.
Speech impediment?
Yes, my jaw is broken.
Jaw? Are you ready?
No, I'm from a juvenile detention center.
I see. And how long were you in the penal colony?
1 year and 9 months.
What were you in jail for?
Theft, Article 128.
How many times have you been convicted?
3.
3. Why did you even come here?
People from the Ministry of Defense visited the correctional facility. They promised that I would work for 6 months. Then there would be a 2-week vacation. And after that, an official 1-year contract would be provided. We served for 6 months. Now people are being enlisted for a year of service. The Ministry of Defense has mobilized them. Out of these 96 individuals, only 11 remain.
What do you have in mind?
They're the only ones alive.
Where do you get these numbers from?
I served with them.
Were they all in the same group?
Yes.
In your second assault company, huh? Can you tell us what happened, when it happened, and where it happened?
On the 10th of October, we set out to storm Krasnogorovka. We arrived there and words fail to describe it. It was simply terrible.
What?
In the trenches lay the bodies of the fallen. And a few minutes later, 2 armored personnel carriers returned. Whoever had time to get into the APC has left. 24 men jumped into the armored personnel carriers.
Where did you go?
Backwards.
So they took people there and it was a slaughterhouse?
Yes.
What kind of weapons were used?
Everything, everything.
Some people were picked up and taken away.
Yes.
How many people were still there when you left?
There are many people left there.
Did they all die there?
Yes.
Have you seen their bodies?
No, I didn't see their bodies. It's just that the one who was with them survived and later told me about it.
Well, that makes sense.
Then we set off. Well, we headed to Krasnogorsk. Then we were fired upon. I was the only one left in the armored personnel carrier. Everyone else had disembarked.
Okay, what about the others?
Everyone else went to different places. Then on the 26th, we launched another assault. We were simply told to take up positions in the trenches and await further instructions. We were all staffed, and there were 60 of us. We went back to Krasnogorovka.
You were aware of what was happening in Krasnogorovka, weren't you?
Well, we had commanders like that.
Why didn't you say no?
There's no way you can say no.
What would happen if you said no?
I don't know.
So there were so-called barrier detachments, and those who retreated were shot. Is that correct?
This incident was reported to us by another unit.
Were there any beatings?
There was no such thing.
Or were there simply no people who didn't want to fight?
No, I haven't seen that.
It's clear. So you 60 people were transported to Krasnogorovka. Then what happened?
We were instructed to locate the trenches and await further instructions.
Yeah, finding the trenches is a good one.
We arrived there in the morning. In the evening, we discovered trenches. Everyone dispersed to different locations. Only 2 of us remain. The rest have gone somewhere. I'm not sure who or where. There were also drones flying around.
Okay.
Then the drones appeared to become calm, and both of us proceeded together.
Where?
Well, as we were walking along, we came across another brigade, the 21st Brigade. There were probably 15 people there. We were also told to lie down, which we did. We moved forward with him. He was killed by shrapnel that struck him directly in the groin. I was left alone. And then...
That's a terrifying death, I suppose.
Scary, yeah.
Did he suffer for a long time?
No. All he managed to say was, "I'm injured, bandage my leg," and that was it.
Did he die instantly?
Yes. I sat for about 15 minutes, then lay down, smoked, and moved on. But I didn't know where I was heading. I see, there's a ditch up ahead. I approached the trench, and there, Ukrainians.
So,
That's how I was captured.
didn't you shoot?
No.
Why?
I didn't even attempt to shoot or kill anyone.
What did you actually do there, in your opinion? Did you march as cannon fodder under bombardment?
Not exactly. I wasn't trying to kill or shoot anyone.
You're going to deny it because you're afraid of facing the consequences if you tell the truth, right?
No, honestly, I didn't kill or shoot anyone.
Okay. And I have only one question for you. Why did they die? You tell it like it is. Did they die for their country?
Yes.
So why would your country want them to perish?
I don't know. Well, whoever decided to go went.
No, it's understandable. What did you go there for?
For freedom.
But
Well, they just made a lot of promises.
so I suppose they died for the much promised and not for their homeland too, right?
I guess.
If you were to die for a cause, what would it be?
For the motherland.
For the motherland?
For the motherland.
Why does your motherland need this?
I do not know. Well, they just made a lot of promises.
Promises mean little when it comes to the homeland.
We were assured that our records would be cleared.
It's comprehensible. Your departure for freedom, the promise of a clean criminal record, the assurance of a forgotten past, all make sense. But when you say that you were fighting for your homeland, I want to understand, what exactly is the benefit for your homeland in having you participate in this war? What is the benefit?
I can't say that. I can't say.
Would you go again if you knew what was going to happen beforehand?
No.
So the homeland doesn't need it anymore? For the motherland, right?
No, I wouldn't go again.
For the motherland? What's the need for this war?
Likely nobody desires war.
Did Putin declare war? What you refer to as a special military operation?
Yes,
Well, does he need it for some reason?
I guess.
Why?
I don't know.
You would risk your life for something you don't understand and for promises made to you. Do you have any advice for the other inmates? Should they come here or not?
I've said before that you shouldn't do that. I've said it many times before. I'll say it again. You shouldn't.
Wouldn't you do it again?
No.
Okay, go ahead. So, hello? Turn on the video. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Well, talk to your son.
Hello, hi.
This is a brother.
Brother,
How's it going?
a microphone is essential.
We're always waiting for your call.
The reason I can't call you is because you have no signal. I've been trying to call for probably 2 months now.
We haven't heard from you in 2 months.
How are you doing in general?
You look so good.
Uh-huh.
You've gained weight.
Yeah.
You're handsome.
Yes, thank you.
You've really gained weight.
Indeed.
Indeed, it's written all over your face.
Yes.
And you got a nice haircut.
Yeah, I've gained a lot of weight. Basically, the food here is good.
Are your legs okay?
Yes, I can walk. The only issue is that I can't lift my toe.
Let me talk to your sister.
Certainly.
I wanted to ask you, have you watched our latest video, the discussion?
Definitely. I've shared it with everyone, including my family, and I've also gone through and liked the comments.
What are your thoughts on the comments?
All the commentary there is against Russia. However, I was pleased to see that there were also comments expressing gratitude.
Yes, indeed, you've received an exceptional amount of support from our audience. That's quite rare, actually. But of course, there is and will always be criticism. Do you know why? Well, he didn't bring us balloons after all, right?
Yes, that's what Dmitry always says. We're invaders or something. Yes, we're invaders.
Yes, occupiers.
Yes, we are occupiers. That's why I don't even care, as they say, about this.
Given that Raphael has been articulating well, you appear comfortable, and the audience has shown appreciation, it's for these reasons that I've asked him to extend the discussion. And moreover, we also have a very good reason. I just received a video that involves you, him, and me. Shall we see? Let's do it.
You know what's interesting? I was watching the news recently, either yesterday or the day before, and it turns out that a group of mothers and wives of mobilized individuals is being led by a former employee of Navalny's headquarters in Batumi. That's it.
I wanted to see it.
Now.
Yes. We are about to present an exciting exclusive. Let's begin, starting with Zoom.
I am identified as an SBU agent, and Zolkin responds that he was dispatched by FSB agents.
Who is Zolkin? So, we just heard a particular woman say, "Ha ha ha, they labeled me as an SBU agent, I forwarded this to Zolkin, and he found it amusing. They think it's funny." Zolkin is a representative from the SBU, who oversees the organization Soldiers' Mothers, and the woman in the audio recording is, "I covertly made this audio recording during a meeting with the organizers of Soldiers' Mothers of Russia." They are directly supervised by Zolkin and several SBU employees. Why? For instance, this woman's son went missing on the front lines, only to be discovered later as a member of a Ukrainian unit. However, they don't engage in combat there. He neither fights nor participates in raids under the terrorist organization led by Ilya Ponomarev. Instead, he is involved in ideological work. And so on. Zolkin is a notorious Ukrainian blogger who discloses the names of prisoners and conducts interviews with them on behalf of the SBU. He also oversees the operations of the Soldiers' Mothers group. I would like to ask, are you out of your minds, people who support these villains? Are you really backing them up? Here's the evidence. This is the work of the SBU.
I have a lot of things to say about it. What is your impression?
Who are these people anyway?
I'm uncertain why I named this video, when Skype landed in the madhouse. I'm not sure who these people are, but it seems as if individuals in some sort of insane asylum have been given cell phones and can now communicate via video call. Firstly, this woman, in my opinion, was speaking to the FSB, if I heard correctly, not the SBU. So there he is twisting the context of what she said to him. Secondly, I am criticized because I interview and identify Russian prisoners. Really, that's terrible. Terrible?
Contrarily, you're doing everything right to assure our citizens that our POWs, our boys, are there. You're providing their names, This allows them to confirm their identities.
Indeed, I'd like to tell those in the asylum, feel free to reveal our detainees' identities, interact with them, and showcase them too.
Вы можете тоже публиковать имена наших пленных и тоже с ними разговаривать и тоже их показывать.
In general, at best, we should publicize and properly publish a list of these prisoners, specifying exactly which camp they are in, as we have already done. With precise addresses, with specific details where you can send a package and where you can make a transfer. That's how it works, right? In Ukraine, it works, but in Russia, it doesn't function that way, guys. So you need to step out of your chaos, emerge from it, and understand who is the real troublemaker in this situation. Next, regarding the SBU and oversight of Russian mothers. Tell me, did I oversee you too much there?
No.
No?
Well, you see how you helped me today.
Can you please tell us how we contacted you today?
I've been meaning to pen down my thoughts to you for about a fortnight now.
How did you get my number? I'm your coordinator. That's probably why you have my number.
I guess.
Talk to me.
I wrote to you. I was scared. I didn't know which words to select, how to best articulate it. In reality, we haven't seen or heard from him for 2 months. It took me 2 weeks to find the right words to ponder, and yet today I took the plunge.
But how did you obtain the number? They simply can't comprehend that we spoke to you last time.
Yes, I have your number. Let them come and see it. I still have Raphael's photos from when I even recall we spoke on August 16th. I didn't delete anything. I still have them all.
When the renegade Zolkin initially reached out to your sibling, sent his picture, and permitted you to converse with him, you can still talk to your son.
Thank you.
Oh, you're a sibling.
I actually like you so much.
I'm trying.
Yes, yes.
Like this.
Could the fact that you can't even contact your mother be something that the FSB is already blocking?
I agree as well, because how does this occur?
This is how they block incoming traffic from Ukraine. Overall, it's pretty straightforward, but they go ahead and do it. They started by blocking regular numbers from Ukraine.
And why?
How?
Regular direct communication with relatives as I have now.
At the start of the war, what did you experience? No casualties and absolutely no action, right?
After all,
People began to call us from Ukraine, informing us about the ongoing events. However, these calls were subsequently blocked. However, you see, I'm reaching out to you, providing you with an opportunity to talk. Yes, I'm a bit intrusive. Well, that is to say, this is Russia. Can you logically explain why they behave this way?
Say hello to mom and everyone.
yeah, I'll pass on a big hello from you to everyone. I'm glad we had a conversation and you're doing well. I will now send Vladimir my number, and you should note it down somewhere for yourself.
Okay.
And then I'll ask Vladimir to send me that link.
I'll call you another day. We'll discuss my package and other things. All right? All right. Goodbye. Kisses. Love you.
May I add 2 more cents, literally? You're not afraid to speak so candidly about your government?
About what?
You express various opinions about the government.
Do you think it's only me?
I don't know.
Why be scared? You know, initially we were scared, but now I feel like that's all there is. So, what can they possibly do to me? They won't kill me? Do you think they might imprison me?
Yes.
Nowadays, every other woman is facing this situation. My classmate's son has also gone missing. She can't get in touch with him, and she's been turned away from the military registration and enlistment office. She's bewildered, uncertain of her next move. She's already berating everyone. She's criticizing our leadership. She's also confused. We're conversing with her over the phone, and she's throwing slurs at everyone, including our top executives. Therefore, we are not alone anymore. Our numbers are increasing.
I understand. It happens. You know, you listen to people in the asylum, and they come up with all these great ideas and establish a precedent. That's good. That's it then. Send me your number.
I won't interrupt you, Vladimir. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you.
Everything is fine. Everything is fine.
Good luck to you.
Goodbye. Your sister is brave.
Yeah.
Well, really.
Thank you.
Indeed, I'm concerned about her health, certainly, especially after these discussions. Essentially, after the first one, they stopped visiting her, but who can tell?
I don't think anything will happen.
Where are you from?
From Bashkortostan.
Oh, that's Bashkortostan. Perhaps you have a bit more freedom there. It could be that the people are more unified. What I mean is, they won't allow harm to come to one another. Well, there's a possibility.
Based on the number of casualties, the number of people missing, and so on. But these are all just rumors, essentially. Every family has these.
It's not a big deal. You have the so-called Committee of Soldiers' Mothers there. I have not seen them specifically speak out against the special operation. They initially began discussing it vaguely, then they were cornered, and now they are specifically pleading for their relatives. I mean, please bring my boy back. It's indeed true that all of this is happening, but bring my son back. That is, send the other boys, but bring my son back. And naturally, no one would want to return their sons, and others would be sent instead.
Yeah.
It's a pointless story. What else can you tell me?
Well, what can I tell you? Everything is fine here.
No, it's understandable that everything is fine. Perhaps you have some fresh thoughts about what transpired.
How to avoid returning to conflict.
Is it accurate to say that many people in your social circle were eager to go to war?
No, I'll tell you, even the majority didn't want to go to war.
How many ideologues are there who still insist that we must go to war? I would go again, I would go to war again. How many of them are there?
At present, in this place, I've observed around 5 such individuals here at the most.
I've observed this trend. They say this because they understand that this video will be viewed there and they will have to return there. In this manner, they establish a reputation for themselves, an alibi. So they wouldn't be pushed too hard. They are prisoners of the Nazis. They can only think of one thing. What happens to them after they return home to seemingly kind people? Who will torment and manipulate them for 2 weeks before possibly letting them go? You're familiar with that process, aren't you?
Well, essentially, I've heard about it, but understanding comes from personal experience, and hearing is something entirely different. Yeah, the guys have been discussing it. There's even a man here who has undergone this procedure before and has returned again. I spoke with him once. He said he arrived in Moscow and was held for a week for questioning.
Did he come to Moscow? Was he allowed to go home?
No.
Here you go.
After that, he was sent back to the war.
Well, there are instances. There are indeed. I'll need to speak with him as well if he's agreeable. When did he return?
Probably a month ago.
Overall, it's great. Everything is fine. Do you have anything to add on your own?
No.
No?
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
I was very happy to socialize.
Set up a sewing room. You remained silent about me, you didn't speak or reference me, that was the correct strategy, because now you're going to face consequences.
Потому что теперь вам прилетит.